Kamari Wilson, some drama went down with him. We've got to talk about that. It's heating up. We talked about it with Connor Clark. He's missing, right? He was off the depth chart. We talked to him about that. I read some of your guys' comments about this as well. Again, a lot of these guys you guys are probably pretty much in the know, and I've kind of heard some of the same similar noise that they want him to transfer into a different position from safety to elsewhere, not fast enough to play safety. Again, this is kind of just the talk between Gator Nation here, and he's obviously not wanting to. That linebacker room being pretty thick. I don't know what his reasoning is, but some guys have this reason like I'm fit for this position, not this position, and it's just, well, we've got this position covered, and you're not better than these guys. So either you're going to transfer or you're not going to play. What is it going to be? So he was left off the depth chart. Well, this is when things started to unfold here. So we have kind of a little breakdown from Twitter. Zach Goodall, shout out to my man Zach. He's been on the show before, asking the tough questions. Says, DB Kamari Wilson in a jersey and athletic shorts, just showing Florida on the sideline. He was absent to begin the game and in team warmups. So nowhere to be found at the beginning of the game. Didn't see him. And I think he tweeted this around the second quarter. He comes strolling out into the football field in his jersey and athletic shorts. Obviously not ready to play, just to be part of the team. Well, Graham Hall then tweets, again, I'm kind of putting this in a little chronological order. After missing warm-ups, Florida safety Kamari Wilson joined the Gators on the sidelines midway through the second quarter, but the program just moved him off the sideline and into the locker room. Not an ideal situation for either party. And he's right, because now Florida has to be the bad guys, right? And Kamari is kind of getting embarrassed, and now he's going to be frustrated. So who knows what's going on? Haven't got too many cryptic tweets from him this week. But you got to think that this relationship has come to a close. I don't know. This is something we talked about with the transfer portal. I mean, look, think about the Urban era. Something like this happened. We'd never even hear about it or even know what was going on because the likes of Twitter didn't exist. And guys couldn't act this way because they didn't have an outlet, right? Do I expect Kamari to enter the transfer portal this week? I don't know. He's going to be sitting out regardless, it seems like. Why not get a head start? But I don't make the rules here. And then asked about it at the end of the game at the press conference, Billy was asked about Kamari Wilson, and this is what Billy had to say, according to Jacob Rudner. Billy Napier said Florida can take 80 to the hotel on this travel roster, and Kamari Wilson was not among those people. Billy was very feisty in his press conference today. Last night. I think he was fed up. I think he was more fed up than he wanted to lead on with the game, to be honest with you. And I think it kind of, through his answers, came out a little bit. But he basically said that, he goes, it's not that difficult. Didn't make the roster, shouldn't be there, right? And Kamari, obviously being home game, felt that he can just kind of walk up and do whatever. Look, it's tough. You're managing with multiple personalities, multiple dramas. But, yeah, so I would say this is probably the beginning to the end of Kamari Wilson being a Florida Gator. Hate to see it. He signed his helmet right here. I met him at one of the events, and his autograph is on here, right here, K5. So, you know what I mean? I mean, that's a bummer, but, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that. That's kind of how the world works. So, Kamari Wilson, again, just based on how this has broke down, could be moving on. Could they have a heart-to-heart and talk with him and figure this thing out? Maybe, hopefully. But it doesn't seem to be going in that direction, especially with the fact that he wasn't there for warm-ups. Then he feels that the need that he can just walk onto the sideline because he's Kamari Wilson, and then he gets escorted off. That sucks, like he said. That's not fun for anybody to be in that situation. So that's all we have right now on the Kamari Wilson situation. Do I expect more of this to come out this week? Possibly. The only thing I think that will come out, if it does, is that he's going to be leaving.